Hello again. Welcome to my second virtual yoga class. Yay! I want to first thank everyone who tuned in, subscribed, liked. I really appreciate it. So get a yoga mat if you don't have one, towel, blanket. Set yourself up in a nice and comfy, quiet place, and let's practice some yoga. To start today, we're going to lie on our backs. So wherever you are at, lie down. And let's start by tuning in and connecting to our breath. So go ahead and close your eyes. We'll just take a couple of quiet moments here. Taking deep inhales through the nose. Open your mouth, audible exhale. Let's do 3 more just like that. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth. Good. Again. One more. Make it the biggest breath of the day. Full inhale. And exhale, let it go. Now sealing your lips, we'll take the rest of our breaths here on our back through our nose. Whatever might have happened this morning, just let it go. Any responsibilities that you have to get to after this time on your mat, don't think about those. Just try to be completely present. This is your time for you to connect to your mind, body, and spirit. On your next inhale, we're slowly going to circle sweep our arms overhead, almost like we're making a snow angel. Exhale, release your arms by your side. Good. Again, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms overhead. With this exhale, as you bring your arms by your side, you're also going to bring up that right leg, grabbing below the right kneecap and hugging that upper thigh in tight towards your chest and belly. Now in this pose, you want to make sure the back of the leg stays flat on the mat as you hug in that right thigh. Here, let's take some ankle circles and just really feel that nice stretch in your upper right thigh. Inhale, squeeze that leg in a little bit tighter. Exhale, release that right leg long. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, arms by your side, bringing up that left leg. Again, your fingertips grab below that left knee, hugging that leg in tight towards our body. Making sure that right leg stays flat on the mat. You can take those ankle circles on this side. Inhale, squeeze that leg a little bit tighter. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, circle, sweep those arms overhead. Exhale, this time as we bring both arms down, both legs come up, peace fingers grabbing onto our big toes or the outside edges of our feet. We're going to go into happy baby. So you want to make sure the bottom of your feet are flat towards the ceiling, elbows on the inside of your knees as you bring your knees towards your armpits. You can stay still in your happy baby if you want to give your spine a little massage, rocking left to right, or straightening one leg at a time, adding a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. Really whatever your body is calling for today. Good, gently release your arms by your side, bottom of the feet on the mat. So your knees are bent here. We're just gonna gently rock those hips left to right as we windshield wiper the knees. Good, and the next time your knees drop to the right, we're gonna roll into a fetal position, using our arms to bring ourselves up, meeting in a nice seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, you want to make sure both sit bones are equally flat on the mat. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Go ahead and bring your palms on top of your knees. We're going to go into a little bit of a neck stretch, dropping your chin down towards your chest. Keeping your chin down, but rotating it over to the left shoulder. Back to center, and over to the right shoulder. Back to center, gently lifting your gaze. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So here your palms can go flat, or if you want to dome your fingertips, that'll deepen the stretch in your neck and shoulders. And slowly walk yourself upright. We're going to switch out those legs, opposite leg in front. Again, just do a quick body scan. Both sit bones equally flat. Go ahead and just make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Maybe you want to do a little shoulder shimmy. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Again, palms flat, or option to dome those fingertips. Slowly walk yourself upright. Again, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. We're going to drop that right earlobe towards the right shoulder. Really feeling that nice stretch in the left side of the neck. Gently lifting the gaze, left ear, left shoulder. Good. And release the gaze. From here, we're going to circle sweep our knees behind, moving into tabletop. So in tabletop, you want to make sure your knees and hips are in one line, elbows, wrists, and shoulders. Palms are flat, fingers spread wide. We're going to move through a couple rounds of cat-cow, but before I want to hold each pose for a couple of breaths. So first we're going to inhale, push your chest through, gaze up, really extend your tailbone back. So there's a full extension in your tailbone and then lifting through the crown. And just stay here for a couple of breaths. Feeling that nice stretch in your lower back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, moving into cat, arching your back, tucking your chin in towards your chest. Now here, I want you to push the floor away with your hands. So you're feeling that nice deepening stretch in your neck and shoulders. As you really arch your spine, tucking your tummy in towards your back. Full inhale. Exhale, and on your next inhale, moving into cow pose. So now you can start this movement. Just keep the movement with the breath. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Let's take about 7 to 10 full rounds of cat-cow, moving at your own pace. Just with everything, keep the movement with the breath. Listen to your body here, close your eyes, maybe just start moving intuitively if you want to go back into child's pose from here, or option to add in some hip circles, or maybe you just want to stick to the traditional cat-cow. What does your body need today? Let's do one more round of cat-cow. Meeting in our tabletop. We're going to go into our fire toe stretch. So tucking all 10 toes under and then sitting back on our heels. If you're not used to this stretch, it's very uncomfortable. Just bear with me. Keep smiling, think of happy thoughts. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, you're going to bring your arms behind your back, interlacing your fingers, dropping your hands towards your feet. As you do this, I want you to imagine a string lifting your chest towards the ceiling. So we're getting a nice heart opener here as well. Hold it for 3 more rounds of breath. And slowly release your gaze. Hands on your mat, untuck your toes, tap out the feet. Good, going into a wrist stretch. We're going to turn our palms up so we're on the top of our hands, fingertips towards your knees. If it's too much doing both hands at the same time, you can do one hand at a time. Once we're in this position, we're going to take turns, each fingertip to touch the thumb. Once each finger has touched the thumb, we're going to try to make a fist, thumb on the outside. If you're doing one hand at a time, go ahead and switch hands. Good, and slowly release. Hands back onto the mat, sitting back on your heels in a kneeling position. Just go ahead and circle out your wrist, wiggle your fingers. Good, coming back into tabletop. Tucking under our toes, inhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. So in downward dog, Let's go ahead and pedal out the heels. Take turns turning the tops of the feet over. Shake your head yes and no. Moving on to your fingertips and tippy toes, very slowly you're going to walk your feet to the backs of your wrist. Once you get there, dropping flat on your feet, generous bend in your knees as you rest your chest and belly on top of your thighs, grabbing opposite elbows, ragdoll. Here you're going to feel a nice release in your neck and shoulders. You can stay completely still in your ragdoll, or if you want to sway side to side, just let everything hang heavy here. If you want to deepen the stretch in your hamstrings, you're going to keep that connection of your chest and belly on your thighs, but lift your hips more towards the ceiling. Release your hands, frame your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back into downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, stepping that right foot through. Inhale, rise, warrior two. So in your warrior two, your back foot is parallel to the edge of that mat. Front knee is bent, knee going towards your pinky toe. You're engaging your core. Arms are in one line. Gaze over your front fingers. Reverse warrior, left hand goes down that back leg, right arm extends up. Side angle, right elbow on the right knee, left arm overhead. Option to go into a bind here if that's in your practice. If you're in the bind, release your hands. Everyone framing that right foot. Step back, downward dog. We're going to move through our first chaturanga of the day. So inhale into a high plank. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step that left foot through. Inhale, rise, warrior two on the other side. Again, just do a quick body scan. Back foot is where it needs to be. Left knee bent, going towards your pinky toes. Your core is strong, shoulders relaxed. Gaze over the front fingers. Reverse warrior, right hand on that back leg, left arm extends up. Side angle, left elbow, left knee, right arm overhead. Option to bind here. If you're in the bind, go ahead and release. Everyone framing that left foot. Step back, downward dog. Moving through chaturanga, inhale, high plank. Remember, plank can always be done on your knees. Cobra or upward dog, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step that right foot through. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. This time we're going to bring our hands to heart center. Step that back foot up to meet the front, meeting in a chair pose. So in chair, you should be able to look down, see your toes, and move your toes. Most of the weight should be in your heels. Again, where's our shoulders? Hands at heart center, cactus the arms, or arms overhead. Can you sit a little lower in your chair? Good, bring your hands back to heart center. Frame your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step that left foot through. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to turn onto the ball of that right foot, stepping that right foot up to meet the left chair pose. Again, can you see your toes and move your toes? Same options with your hands. Go a little lower in your chair. Release your hands, frame your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Downward dog. Let's take 2 full breaths here. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. One more. Going onto your knees and tabletop. Pushing your hips back towards your heels, extending your arms. Forehead to the mat for child's pose. Bringing yourself back upright into tabletop. We're going to tuck under those toes, lift up our hips, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. We're going to go into side plank from here. So placing that left hand in the center of the mat, turning onto the outside edge of that left leg. This can always be done on your knees. So if this is uncomfortable for your knee, dropping that left knee on the mat, keeping that right leg extended, and then bringing that right arm towards the ceiling. So that's a modification here if you need to take that. Wherever you're at, keep breathing. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing that right hand to the mat, high plank. Going on to side on the other. So right hand, center of the mat. right foot outside edge. Again, option to go onto your knee. Three more rounds of breath. Good, releasing that left hand to the mat. High plank, hold it here for 10 seconds. Good, releasing onto your knees, pushing your hips back, child's pose. Bringing yourself up right into tabletop. We're going to come into a high kneeling position. We're going to camel pose. So first option, hands on top of your hips. And then again, it's that lift through the chest. As we bring our gaze towards the ceiling, this is the first option right here. If you want to go deeper, you're going to take your fingertips to the insides of your ankles, thumb on the outside, and then extend your hips forward, keeping your gaze towards the ceiling. Good, and slowly release. Sitting back on your heels, circling your legs out long in front. Lying down on your back, keeping your knees bent. Palms flat towards your hips. We're going to go into 5 rounds of breathing bridge. So I want you to imagine you have a block in between your upper thighs and you're squeezing that block together. Keep your gaze towards your tummy or the ceiling. Don't turn your neck here. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, slowly release. Good, take 4 more of these, moving at your own pace. Again, just keep the movement with the breath. Your last one, interlace your fingertips behind your back and see if you can lift your hips even higher. Hold it here for a couple rounds of breath. Again, you're squeezing that imaginary block together between your thighs. Release your hands and very slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Good. Once your spine is completely lowered, we're going to extend that right leg, placing the right ankle over the left knee. Supine figure 4. Fingertips are going to grab behind that left leg as we bring those legs in towards our chest and belly. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can flex both toes towards your knees. Release your hands and that left foot to the mat. We're just going to slide that right knee over the left, going into twist as we drop our knees off to the left, gaze over the right shoulder. Bring everything back into center, releasing that right foot to the mat, extending your left leg, placing the left ankle on top of the right knee, hands grab behind the right thigh, hugging those legs in towards our chest and belly. Again, if you want to flex your toes. Slowly release your hands, cactus or tee out the arms, right foot to the mat as we slide that left knee down over the right. Drop the knees off to the right, gaze over the left shoulder. Bringing everything back into neutral, releasing that left foot to the mat, hugging in both legs towards our chest and belly. We're going to try to grab opposite elbows, keeping your head and lower back on the mat as we squeeze, give our legs a nice hug. From here, extending our arms and legs towards the ceiling for dead bug. Circling out our wrists and ankles. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Releasing your arms to the mat first, keeping your legs extended. And very slowly, to the count of 10, lowering your legs to the mat. Good, and once your legs have hit the mat, moving into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Bring your heels together, let your toes just fall to the side. Arms are long, opening up your palms towards the ceiling. Closing your eyes if they aren't closed already. And just finding your breath. Become aware of each inhale as it brings in new life. Exhale, releasing anything that no longer serves you. Relaxing any tension or tightness that you might still be holding on to in your forehead or jaw. Relax your tongue from the top of your mouth, let it drop to the back of your throat. Your eyes roll to the back of your skull. And just allow gravity to completely take over as your body melts into your mat. In this nice moment of silence. Slowly start bringing awareness back into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Rolling onto either side into a fetal position. And when you're ready, we'll meet in a seat, keeping your eyes closed. Let's bring our right hand over our heart, left hand on top. And I want you to think of 3 things that you're grateful for today. It's impossible to not be content with our life if we don't have gratitude. When you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed or mad or sad today, maybe you can come back to this moment of calm, serenity, love, and gratitude, and remember how you're feeling right now. Bringing your hands into prayer. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Again, my name is Danielle. Please subscribe, like, share. I think